And it's the saddest day. We say goodbye to my boy, Rudy. So hello everyone, I'm Tofu, welcome back to Ewetopia, my all-sheep island, and today we start off with a sad note in that my boy Rudy here is leaving the island. So I've always wanted this to be an all-sheep island, and him being the only non-sheep villager, he needed to be replaced. So let's jump onto the first island and see if we can find one of the sheep that's still available to us. So here we are on ticket number 1, and I must say it is really sad for me to see Rudy go. Like, he is my boy, I love him oh so much, and he's pretty much become the mascot of the channel. That's Shari, and I've just noticed that I do not have a vaulting pole, which is a really good start. I don't know if there's a way I could actually hop over to see her, even if I did actually want to talk to her. Can I run around the island? No. Fantastic. So if for some reason that was a sheep that I actually wanted, then I wouldn't have been able to go talk to them, which would have been just the worst. Right, I'm going to run back, and I'll see you in the next island, but I will actually have a way to cross the rivers. It would have been really, really unlucky if I actually found one of the villagers I would have liked to take home on that island and I couldn't get to them. That would have been really embarrassing as well. Anyway, Anticipation Mountain, we have... Yes, Broccolo? It is indeed Broccolo. I don't like the fact the eyes kind of go blank and yellow, that's not cool. But other than that, a decent enough villager. I have no strong opinions one way or the other, honestly. They're alright. But as I did mention, obviously Rudy's leaving, very sad about it. And there was plenty of people that wanted him to stay on the island. Obviously he's been on the island for so long. He's been rocking the sheep outfit as well, so fitting in pretty well. But I am fully determined to make sure that my island has nothing but sheep on it. And so, yeah, while it is sad, it had to be done, I think. It's also not too bad because I do have Rudy on my rainbow-themed island of acnh. And this is Tabby. Someone that I was never really keen on, and I had her briefly on Jailtown My Crime Island, and she kind of grew me a little bit. I'm still not keen on the teeth thing and the whole... just reminding me of a nutcracker, because I really don't like those nutcrackers. I think they're creepy, like the little toy soldiers with the horrible teeth. Anyway, moving on. And so with all this talk of Rudy leaving, I haven't actually mentioned who we're looking for today. So naturally, I want a sheep villager. So which sheep are actually available to us? There's Barbara, Eunice and Timbra. Technically speaking, there's also Pietro on this island as well, but I did recently find Pietro for my rainbow-themed island, and he's pretty much the only rainbow boy that I wanted on that island. Like, there are other colourful characters like Stitches, but yeah, I think Pietro really makes a lot of sense. He is pretty much just a big rainbow sheep. So if I did find him on this hunt, whilst I would be excited because obviously it is a sheep, I'm more likely to pass on him compared to the other three. If it got to, like, I don't know, 100 tickets plus, and then he comes up, then sure, I'll bring him. But for the most part, I'm looking for Barbara, Eunice, or Timbra. I thought I saw some pink movement over there, and it was indeed. It's Paolo, the pink elephant boy, another resident on rainbow-themed island, acnh. I'm really looking forward to getting to know him a little better, because, yeah, I think he's cool. I don't generally have a lot of elephants on my island, so I'm looking forward to it. He was my top pick as far as any pink villagers. He's just a cute looking boy, isn't he? Yeah, sorry about that, I got distracted because I saw the movement on the horizon. But going back to Pietro, I think it's only fair that we try and pass him up if he comes up too early, just so that we try and get a lot more variation as far as the sheep are concerned. Obviously we've never had Barbara, Eunice or Timbra, and we've already got Pietro on the other island, and so to have him twice just feels a little bit selfish. This is Antonio, very cute looking anteater boy, probably the best anteater in my opinion. Never, excuse me, never had him before and would happily consider at some point in the future, but obviously not right now. We're hunting one of those 4 sheep. Obviously having found Pietro on my other island, it means that Barbara, Timbra and Eunice are the only sheep I've never had on an island. Obviously Ewetopia has really helped towards that, and so I've had the majority now. But I only had Stella and Wendy previously. So Stella was on a unrecorded island and Wendy was on my jungle island of Tanglewood. Here we have Puddles, and she's pretty cute, but I can't get the image of her wearing a balaclava over her head, just out of my mind. Looks like she's, you know, ready to go rob a bank or something. Maybe that's the plan. She's using her cuteness, her cute wiles to lull the suspects into a false sense of security, and then she's going to rob them of their money. What am I talking about? Let's move on. Also, before I get majorly into my ramblings, I want to say a massive thank you to anyone and everyone that watched the latest Ewetopia video that I released. I know it's not the most popular series, especially with my channel, you know, pretty much based around Animal Crossing, but the people that enjoy it seem to really enjoy it, and frankly, I have a lot of fun with it, and what more can you ask? If you create content, you've gotta love what you do. So, yeah, I'm hoping that just to, you know, I can release a video every now and again on that, but the majority of the focus will be on Animal Crossing. This is Elvis, by the way. Not really into him, not into many of the lions. He's not bad though, certainly not the worst, but definitely not the best. The silly thing about the Ewetopia video is that recently it's actually one of my better performing videos as far as views, but unfortunately a lot of people that click on the video then leave very quickly. So the amount of, you know, the average view time is really low. But the people that enjoy it seem to really enjoy it, and like I said, I'm having major fun with it, so I do plan to release a video every now and again. This is the adorable Marina, by the way, pink octopus girl. Never had her, but I'm sure she'll crop up in the future, cause she is adorable and I would like to have her. Wow, this is like my third Bamboo Island in like 10 tickets. Anyway, the villager we have just seen is Ribot, the robot frog. Not someone I'm particularly bothered about. I'm just not really bothered about the robot villagers in general. I have said plenty of times before that Sprocket is probably my favourite out of the lot, but that's because I had him on Jailtown, and he grew on me a little bit because of that. But even then, still not super keen. So if you guys are a viewer of Mumsy, my wife, then you would already know that recently me, Mumsy and the little one went to the Birmingham Sea Life and Animal Crossing crossover event that they were having. Just to quickly interrupt myself, here is Boots, the lovable jester alligator. Yeah, anyway, the Animal Crossing event with Sea Life. It was pretty fun. It's a place I've never been to, or the Birmingham Aquarium anyway. I know that Mumsy definitely has been there before, but it's not somewhere I've been. I do tend to like just aquariums in general. It's kind of a little bit like the whole flowing water thing that I've mentioned before. I do find it somewhat relaxing. Here is the adorable Pierce, very good looking eagle boy. Yeah, the actual Animal Crossing exhibits and things was pretty cool. It was nice just to see the amount of people that was there, you know, just solely for Animal Crossing. Obviously the fact that you're in an aquarium is a bit of a bonus. But they had, I suppose the main thing was the stamp rally. So you got this little sheet of paper with various Animal Crossing villagers, and you had to find these little stamp stations and put in the villagers onto your paper. It was really busy on that particular day though. We actually went on a Friday thinking that it would be just a little less busy than the weekend, but yeah, it was still really busy. I would say 50% were just families and families with young children, and then the rest were mostly adults for the whole Animal Crossing thing. And you would think that with that many people interested in the Animal Crossing event and everything that's going on, that it would be really easy to spot the little stamp stations, but somehow me and Mumsy managed to miss one, and I'm not really sure how, because every time you walked past one there was just a big congregation of people around it waiting their turn to do the stamp. Don't know if I mentioned it, the last villager was Rocco, by the way, and I had obviously no interest in him, so yeah, we moved on. But the stamp rally wasn't the only thing that was available as far as Animal Crossing things in the aquarium. There were a few Blathers based posters, and he gave information on just the various fish and sea life that you could find within the game, and gave yeah, interesting facts about them. There was also a little Gulliver plush that was kind of hidden as if he had like shipwrecked and crashed somewhere in the aquarium as well, which was a little bit fun to see. I don't think everyone naturally noticed he was there, so it was like a little bit of a hidden like Easter egg, if you will. This is Maddie, very cute peppy girl, by the way. Never had her before. I know that my wife has had her and was pretty fond of her, but yeah, not somewhere after today. And of course, if you've seen any photos regarding these events, you'll know that there's a Animal Crossing photo opportunity at the end with a Isabelle or Tom Nook costumed character, and obviously the gift shop selling various Animal Crossing merch. Now, just to interrupt myself, this is Plucky. Not someone I'm particularly bothered about, but a kind of a nice chicken. But yeah, regarding the photo opportunity with Isabelle or Tom Nook, neither me or Mumsy did actually do that in the end. Like, the little one was starting to get a little bit kind of cranky. I guess she hadn't had a nap for the entirety of the journey there and the whole way round, and so yeah, it was getting a little bit moany. I just think it would have been a little bit unfair to make everyone wait in the queue if she was getting cranky. Like I said, they needed their nap, and so yeah. But they did seem to really enjoy themselves, and they're at that age where they're starting to notice things, and you could even point and be like, what's that? And they would say like, turtle, and you know, just that little bit of interaction as well. So it seemed all good. Here we have Matilda, and I love this girl, obviously part of the girl gang on my crime island of Jailtown, but we must away for now. I definitely feel like the little one was mesmerised by the jellyfish at one point towards the end of the aquarium. This is anchovy, I believe. Oh good, I'm correct. I wasn't 100% sure. I might have guessed peck. So yeah, definitely someone I get confused with peck a lot. And naturally, when you get to the end of anything like an aquarium, obviously there's the gift shop and a perfect place to sell Animal Crossing based merch. Here we have Boots again. It's our first dupe, which is a shame, so let's just run away. And I can't say that I was disappointed when it came to the choice of merch for the Animal Crossing section. Underwhelming is probably a better word for it. I guess it didn't help with the fact that Mumsy had seen the selections that was available in like the American tours and certainly the Japanese ones. And then we got to the gift shop and there was just not a lot of merch available, honestly. I think the majority of the things were plushes. I think there was an Isabelle, Tom Nook. There might have been a KK slider, I don't remember at this point, but there's definitely a Timmy and Tommy, which were smaller plushes compared to Isabelle and Tom Nook, but they wanted £25 each for just Timmy and Tommy. And let's face it, if you wanted to buy a plush of the Nooklings, you're going to buy both. You're not going to buy just one, like just Timmy or just Tommy. You want both. So £50 for two little plushes, that's a lot. And then obviously the Isabelle and the Tom Nook ones I think were £45 to £50 each. So what was already an expensive day, just Sea Life is just generally expensive to get in anyway, would have been even more expensive. Just to interrupt myself, this is the cool Eagle Apollo, and yeah, just what a cool guy he is. Oh, I wish I was that cool. But yeah, just carrying on with my, I don't want to say rant because that seems a bit too harsh. I think it just would have been nice if we got a little bit more variation and just a bit more merch that we can't buy from other places. They obviously had a various selection of Lego sets and a few puzzles and things, which I know you can buy online. The only thing I think we ended up getting was a mug, which, to be honest, I've never seen available, like, just for sale anywhere, and Mumsy really wanted something, so yeah, it's a pretty cute mug. Speaking of cute, here is Pashmina, very nice looking goat girl. But yeah, we must away. Never had her on one of my islands. Would be nice to have her though. And I know that I've mentioned that just tickets to Sea Life in general is expensive, but little pro tip, check out booking.com first, because it's something that Mumsy actually stumbled into accidentally, but turned out to be a little bonus. Because I think the prices for tickets were about £28 or 33 to 35 if you wanted just all day access. This is Rex, by the way, not really that bothered about him. Anyway, back to what I was saying. On booking.com you could get tickets for £25, so not the biggest saving, but if you're going as a family or as a group, all those little savings add up. But yeah, any money you can save can then go towards just, I don't know, parking if you need to drive there, or you can spend it on the merch. You know, who knows? Obviously it's your money, you can do what you want with it. This is the cool cat Kabuki. I do love his design. Any villager that's got a Japanese motif is, yeah, really cool in my books. Had him before on a non-recorded island, but we must away from him, unfortunately, today. Obviously, we're after the sheep. That did turn out to be quite the expensive day for us as a day trip, but definitely fun. And I think it's encouraging to see, you know, an aquarium on a random Friday in the middle of the day, and you had that many people that were interested in Animal Crossing, you know, drawn just to this silly little event. And obviously with that stamp rallying thing, it's just, you know, it's good to see that there's that much support for the series. That's Lily, by the way. Obviously I've made it so you can't see her because of the tree. Where is she? There she is. Cute girl. Would absolutely love to have her on Rainbow Island as one of my green characters, but we must away for now. If for some reason another event like that happened again, I think I would definitely take the train. Just because driving around Birmingham city centre was a bit of a nightmare for me. I'm sure anyone that's used to driving around a big city like Manchester, London, Birmingham, you know, Edinburgh, Glasgow, things like that, you'd probably think it was just child's play, but I'm not used to that. And so we ended up going round in circles a couple of times. And I don't like to admit it, but I did actually get a letter recently issuing me a fine because I entered the bus lane without realising it. So yeah, that was not great, but oh well, these things happen. On top of Anticipation Mountain, we obviously have Marlowe here, the Mafia Don boss himself. He was an absolute staple to Jailtown, my crime island, and I've grown a lot of respect for him because of that. It's got absolutely nothing to do with the fact that he'd obviously make me disappear if I said anything otherwise. Still, I'm really glad that we actually went to the event, and I would love to see more Animal Crossing based events in the future. I still think they're missing a trick with not having an Animal Crossing based symphony. I think that would just blow everyone's mind, and yeah, it would just be incredible. I still think that, and I don't think you can convince me otherwise. Here we have Sparrow, so another one that I get confused with Peck a lot. I just don't know what Peck looks like apparently. But there we go. They're all kind of the same. Anchovy, Sparrow, Peck. That's my excuse. I'm sticking with it. I think just a general pop-up store would also work really well. Like, you know, I know that Pokemon have done it a few times. Certainly in London and Paris and Berlin, I think they've done it as well, as far as Europe is concerned. Here we have Bertha and No Thank You. But yeah, I think it would do really, really well, and people would go there very specifically to buy merch from the series, like especially merch that you can't get anywhere else. I'm sure it's beyond wishful thinking, but I can dream. Maybe before the next game is announced, or, you know, as hype for when the game is then going to be released, maybe they could do a little pop-up store, just dotted around various places in the world, honestly, but certainly Europe, make it accessible to me, and obviously Mumsy as well. This is Nox, someone I'm not particularly interested in. I don't really care much for him or Sterling, just, you know, the night chicken and night eagle. Not really my thing. I know that I'm pushing for a pop-up store quite a lot, but I'm just jealous of the merch that you get in the US and Japan, okay? That's just the basis around this. And I'm really partial to a cute plush, so, you know, I'm sure I could spend absolute hundreds of pounds just on Animal Crossing based plushies. Here we have Ursula, kind of cute bear, but it always disappoints me the fact that she just looks perpetually worried. I just feel sorry for her. I have actually had her very briefly on my Japanese themed island, which was non-recorded, but yeah, she didn't stay particularly long on that island. Anyway, running away. One thing's for certain though, if me and Mumsy do manage to go to Japan again, and I do believe it'll be a matter of when, not if, but we are going to go to town when it comes to any Animal Crossing based shop. We're going to have to probably bring a new suitcase, an empty suitcase, just to then bring back all the merch we end up purchasing. This is Hippo, someone I'm definitely not interested in. I think he could have worked as the mayor's son on my crime island, but yeah, he doesn't really fit any of the other islands I've had, so we must run away. And I'm probably going to do a quick fire round of 10 tickets, so I'll just say the name of the villager and then move on to the next island. So, see you there. So first of our quick fire round we have Dell, the battleship alligator. Yet another bamboo island, and we have Mayel. And on Anticipation Mountain we have Huck. No thank you. Next up, the cuteness that is Aurora. We have the pop colour queen herself in Future. So cool. We have Tiny Panda Cub in Chester here. Not keen. Hiding amongst the peaches we have the gorgeous Pearl. Next up we have Freckles, and she's okay. Kinda cute in her own little way. Up on the waterfall we have Soleil over there. Cute hamster girl. And last quickfire round ticket, no sheep unfortunately, but we do have my favourite villager of all time, the absolutely adorable and gorgeous Lolly. Such a beautiful girl. And so obviously not having found someone on my quickfire rounds, we're back to our usual villager hunting. So here we see Flurry just in the distance. There we go, what a cute girl. So far I would say it's not been a spectacular villager hunt as far as the villagers we've seen. Obviously we were blessed with the gorgeousness that is Lolly as the very last quickfire round ticket, and we have seen Lily that is very popular among the villagers. Obviously Flurry's pretty nice, but not someone we're after. But yeah, we're obviously looking for these sheep, so we must carry on and hopefully our luck will get better. I would definitely consider Lily for one of the green villagers for my Rainbow Island. I definitely think she's one of the better green villagers out there. I would have said Opal's probably my top pick, but then having got Paolo recently, I want to try and just, you know, keep it different, all the different species and everything, so keep it varied. So I wouldn't necessarily want too many elephants or anything on the island. This is Cat. She's okay. Kind of cool in her own way. Not necessarily the best cat, but certainly not the worst. I think, in my opinion, that accolade goes to Stinky. I think Lyman and Anacotti would also work for the whole green villager hunt thing. But anyway, moving on to the current villager hunt we've got going on. And here we see the lovely Carmen. She's a beautiful girl. I'm going to pick up that bottle, yoink, and let's just have a word with her. Someone I've never had before, but definitely would be welcome on one of my future islands. She's a good looking girl. Something that I need clearing up though, because it feels like a fever dream in a minute. I've seen rumours of the new Animal Crossing Lego sets that are coming out, and I've seen what they're meant to be, but I haven't seen any videos from the usual Animal Crossing news channels on YouTube covering it. It seems really weird that they wouldn't do that. So that is happening, right? Just someone confirm that so I'm not going crazy. This is Bella, another resident of Jailtown. She was also part of the girl gang alongside Matilda. Just, you know, doing petty crimes, pickpocketing, just causing general mayhem, and I love her for it. Definitely seems like she's got that kind of energy. I feel like it'd be very strange if I have missed any news regarding that, and I've just seen various kind of rumours on threads and Instagram, whatever. But yeah, it just seems weird that I would have missed videos, considering, you know, I'm generally up to date with Animal Crossing news and things like that. Here we have the absolutely lovely Kitty, was a resident of one of my non-recorded islands. Oh, what a pretty girl. But if you haven't heard the news regarding the Animal Crossing Lego sets, I guess there's meant to be a museum build, so you have like Blathers and then a outdoor exhibit with like a little fossil exhibit. Couldn't think of a synonym. And there also appears to be a kind of Goldie mini build, so just Goldie with one of the villager homes, and also, I'm not really sure how to describe the next one, like a series of homes with the changing of the seasons. So they have various, I guess, accessories that you can put on for whatever season you would like it to be. This is Gladys, by the way, just show her off properly. She keeps on running behind the trees. There she is. What a nice girl. But we must run away, obviously looking for one of our sheep ladies, and or maybe Pietro. But if you can confirm that those are actually happening, and yeah, it wasn't just some weird fever dream during a sleep deprivation deliria, that would be really helpful. Maybe drop the video if you happen to have seen one, like detailing any news about it. This is Derwin. He would be very welcome on Rainbow Island as one of my blue villagers, obviously. Rosie would be my absolute best top pick for the blue colour, but Derwin would definitely be up there as far as a settle, along with Hornsby. It's just someone different, someone I've never really considered, and yeah, I like just choosing characters that I wouldn't usually have. Random segue though. Whilst we're on the subject of blue, something that's really kind of messing me up is due to the in-game time of May the 1st, I've been offered the May Day ticket, and that comes up as blue when you're doing the menus and things. have to try and fly over to these mystery islands, as well as the Nook Mile ticket option also being blue. So I have to really pay attention that I don't accidentally choose the Mayday tour option and then have to, yeah, just absolutely mash my way out of that so that I can continue this hunt. Here we have the absolutely adorable Mabel. I said Mabel, not Maple, but Maple. The, yeah, cottagecore bear cub that I'm sure my wife would be absolutely spitting feathers over the fact that I've just found her now. But we're going to leave her behind. Obviously, she's not someone we're after. Maybe it's just this weird bank holiday energy that's going on. So I am currently recording this over the May bank holiday, and the whole long weekend just feels like it's been a bit of a blur, honestly. It's really weird. Kind of matches the whole I haven't seen any Lego, like Animal Crossing Lego news, or yeah, just the whole need to concentrate with such a silly little menu thing. By the way, this is Celia, before I ramble on about absolutely nothing, and she's very nice eagle, someone I would have liked to take home for my Jungle Island of Tanglewood, but it never really came up. I definitely have lost count as the amount of tickets we have used up so far. Here in Bamboo Island we find Samson, an alright looking mouse. Pretty plain, but pretty nice in his just plain design, honestly. Pretty sure he's a jock as well. Certainly sounds like it through his dialogue, but let's run away and hopefully find a sheep soon. Something I will say about this villager hunt is that whilst we haven't obviously been lucky and found one of the 3/4 sheep that we're looking for, we've been pretty lucky as far as the amount of dupes we've seen. I don't think we've had that many, unless I'm just remembering wrong. I know we've definitely had one. Anyway, this is the gorgeous Uchi horse girl in Renee. Definitely one of my favourite Uchis that are available, and she's definitely featured on 1 or 2 of my islands. Very pretty girl. So I did have to double check, and we are over the 50 ticket mark, and we still haven't found a sheep, and that's continuing now where we have Tammy. My mind wanted to say Shari, but I know that was definitely not the case. I've actually had Shari before, and I quite like Shari, whereas I can't say I'm too keen on Tammy. It's just, you know, the blood red eyes that pierce your very soul. Don't know why I'd find that unsettling at all. Anyway, let's run away. Are we going to find one of our fated sheep on Waterfall Island? Bust out our ladder. 3, 2, 1. Who are we going to find? Someone good, someone good. It's Joey, not someone I would necessarily say is good. I don't like the fact that he looks like he's just wearing underwear or a diaper. It's a little bit strange. So I'm still looking for ideas as far as what will be my next island on this game. Like, I'm still toying with the idea of some kind of apocalyptic, like, scene. Or, yeah, maybe something a little bit Lovecraftian, I don't know. This is Cyrano, someone I don't think I would consider for many islands, honestly, but, you know, he might work with the right theme, who knows. But certainly doesn't work with the whole all-sheep island thing, so we've got to move on, and, yeah, hopefully we'll get lucky soon. But it's not looking like that so far, is it? I know someone threw down a comment in my latest Ewetopia video that was like I should design an island based around the game Ewetopia, which feels like it's a little bit meta considering I've based the characters around Animal Crossing. Just to interrupt myself, this is Apple, kind of a cute hamster, would work for Rainbow Island, but certainly not this one. But yeah, if you do have any suggestions for something that's a little bit more unique as far as an island design, feel free to just shout it at me in the comments, and I will, yeah, certainly consider. I guess I just want some excuse to be able to collect the real freaks of the villagers. You know, just some real freaky guys and girls. Something that's a little bit different, because obviously I'm collecting the sheep on this island, and they're all just really nice. I'm going to end up collecting some really nice villagers for Rainbow Island, just obviously varying colour and things. So yeah, it'd be nice to get a few more of the unique villagers that people tend to overlook. This is Gabby, and someone that I wouldn't generally... I don't know why... Oh wow, 3 hops in a row, cool. Yeah, someone I wouldn't really consider, and I definitely get Gabby confused with Pippi a lot, so yeah, that wouldn't help. We're going to find someone good on this island? Yes, but not someone we're after. We find the lovely and colourful Judy. Again, another nice face to see, just not one of the correct faces. Also, that face is kind of freaky. That's like anime girl going crazy kind of face. Okay, enough of that. Let's run away, because, yeah, that kind of freaked me out a little bit. Some of the villagers have some really weird expressions, don't they? Like, I'm pretty sure I mentioned Broccolo. Their eyes went, like, yellow when, yeah, they were surprised. Here is a villager I do not like, and I'm not going to talk to them in case they do one of those very weird expressions, which is almost guaranteed, because it's Chow, and, yeah, no thank you. Okay, someone better than Chow. Well, yeah, but not by a huge amount. Sorry to anyone that really likes bubbles out there. But yeah, moving on. Okay, sheep energy. I'm feeling it this time. We're going to definitely get Timbra, Eunice, or Barbara. Let's go. Who are you? It's Cyrano. Well, we haven't had that many dupes, so yeah, one every now and again is fine, just as long as they don't make a habit of it. I must admit, I have no idea what I'm going to do just like towards the end of the villager hunt. Like, I picked up an absolute buttload of tickets, like 150, and yeah, I haven't really taken into consideration what happens if I don't find a sheep. Just to interrupt myself, here is the absolutely gorgeous Petrie, and I love this mouse so much. Probably my favourite mouse villager of all time, even though she's only been in the series a very short while. I do love Bree as well, but yeah, Petrie's definitely top of that list. The fact that she's a snooty villager as well really just, you know, scores highly on my my ratings, because I love the snooties. Like, do I just keep on going until the 150 looking for the sheep, guaranteeing that we do find a sheep? Or do I just go to 100 and then autofill? I don't know. Anyway, this is Opal, a villager that I have mentioned previously regarding the whole green villager, and would have been really good for my Rainbow Island, but obviously I've got Paolo, and so I wouldn't want too many elephants, too many of the same species on that island. I kind of want, you know, just a nice variation. It's a shame, because it's someone I've wanted for a little while, and I don't know, she's got a little bit of sassiness to her as well, which I really do like in villagers, but I guess it wasn't meant to be. One thing I will say that is for certain in this villager hunt is that if I get to ticket 70 and we still haven't found one of the elusive sheep, then I'll be doing another quickfire round of 10 tickets. This is Gruff. I don't particularly like him because he looks pretty ill, and yeah, just not for me. Just need one of 3 villagers. Doesn't matter which one of those 3 sheep that we're after, any of them will do. Here we have Anacotti. I mentioned her previously as being a very nice green villager. Someone for Rainbow Island eventually, but not now. Let's just put out a fire and obviously skip over the river and jump into the plane onto the next island. Something I'm looking forward to though is the completion of this island. Just, I know we've got like one more big build to do, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to just showing it all off in its entirety, and obviously reminding everyone just the various bits of the island that I designed ages ago and that you may have forgotten. Here we have Velma the goat. Someone, again, I'm not particularly interested in, and certainly not for this island. But yeah, she's okay. She's mostly harmless. I've said it plenty of times before, but it bothers me that she's obviously called Velma, and she doesn't have Jinkies as a catchphrase. Definitely feel like that's a missed opportunity. I definitely have to redesign all of the home interiors as well to match the cottagecore feel and just the various roles that I've given all the sheep villagers on my island before we can do any full tour anyway. This is Annalisa. This is one of those characters that I really just don't like when she does her shocked face. It looks like she's not going to do it this time, which is, you know, a bit of a godsend honestly, because that's definitely one of those villagers that freaks me out when she does it. But moving on. Okay, someone good. Someone good. Eugene. No thank you. Not someone good. That's someone pretending to be cool. You're not cool, Eugene. I've said it many a time, and I stick by it. It's looking more and more likely that we're going to have to do our quickfire round. Here we have Kid. He's an okay smug villager. Someone I've had very briefly, I think on Ewetopia actually. I think he was the campsite villager that we had. I could be wrong about that. In fact, I think I am wrong about that. I think it was Hans, if memory serves, because I remember Hans getting in my way doing the entrance build. I'm pretty sure I've had Kid somewhere though. Where was he? Thinking about it, he may have been the campsite villager for Jailtown, but I really don't remember. I swear I've had him at some point, but yeah, my memory is definitely fuzzy. It's just a very weird recording session, I guess. Speaking of someone who was on Jailtown though, here is Beardo. Our mayor, quote, not mayor. He thought he was the mayor, but, you know, he clearly wasn't running anything. It was all Marlowe, the Mafia Don himself. Anyway, let's run away from him, because whilst I like him as a villager, I know plenty of people do not, and he obviously doesn't suit Sheep Island. Okay, last ticket before we go into our second quickfire round. Who do we think we're going to find? Are we going to get lucky? Probably not, but let's ruin the illusion right now. We have Roscoe, one of the few villagers that has featured in my Ewetopia game. Not someone I'm particularly after. On, certainly this island. I don't know, he might feature up on Rainbow Island. Okay, so quickfire round part 2, we have Tammy yet again. Ticket 2 of the quick round, we have Pom Pom. Next we have the big tough guy that was on Jailtown. It's Spike. And we have Tipper. Very cute villager in Blue Bear here. On Sister Fruit Island we have Graham. Next up we have Monty. Always want to call him Deli. Here we have Frigga. No we don't, we have Flo. Well, there's another one that I always get confused with the names. Here we have a dupe in Apollo. Cool as he is. Wish it was someone that we haven't seen before. And last of our quickfire round, numero uno, we have another dupe in Soleil. Okay, so we are back to our regular schedule of villager hunting. And yeah, the quickfire round part 2 was a bit of a bust. So hopefully we can find someone within the next 20 tickets or so. Here we have Drake. Never really considered Drake, and yeah, certainly not starting anytime soon. Okay, so I think I've decided is, with the remaining 19 tickets now, which would take us up to 100, I'm going to just continue looking for the sheep, and then if we don't find someone by ticket 100, because I really don't know how long it will go on for, I might just continue to search, but I'll end up editing a lot of it out just to make sure that the time on this video doesn't end up being like 2-3 hours, because that would be just yeah, pretty tragic. Here we have Pierce, yet again. Definitely seen him before. I remember mentioning that he's a cool looking eagle. I'm really hoping for a lucky hunt. Obviously, you know, this is meant to be the villager hunt to end all sheep hunts. But here we have another dupe in Rex. It's not looking good, is it? Okay, so I've just come back from a break. I've had a little bit of food. I'm feeling refreshed. I'm feeling optimistic that we're going to find our sheep. And we immediately find Dora. So not a sheep, but it's fine. We've still got a few tickets until we hit basically 100. And then, like I said, I'll probably just keep on the search, but make sure I edit it all down so that it's not going on for forever. And for anyone that's wondering what I had for food, I had a few nibbles just with some cheesy dip that I put in the oven. And unfortunately for me, I think I've burnt my tongue on the cheese. So yeah, who would have thought molten cheese would cause injuries? Anyway, this is Gigi, a very pretty looking frog. I did have her on New Leaf for a brief while. She actually really grew on me. Like, it was very surprising, because at the time when she came in, I was just like, nope, not into that. And then, yeah, like I said, she grew on me. I think the fact that she's a snooty girl really does help. She definitely seems to have had a bit of a glow up as well with her fashion choices in this game as well. Okay, so yet another Sister Fruit Island. Who are we going to find? Sheep? Maybe? Please? We have found a sheep! Oh, I'm so glad. We've found Timbra. Beautiful girl. Ah, and the Sheep Island, as far as the villagers, are complete. We've managed to get an entire island of sheep in finding Timbra here. And what a good find it is. Ah, what a gorgeous girl. I'm pretty sure she's a snooty as well, and yep, as I've said plenty of times, I'm very partial to a snooty girl. Come to my island, my dear. Also, was her catchphrase Pine Nut? Or was she insulting me? I'm not quite sure, but either way, I'm down with it. Oh hell yeah, what a finish to this Crazy video. Right, let's go see her in boxes, I suppose. See you in a second. And here she is, our newest queen on the island. And so guys, we end today's hunt in success. Who knew that all I needed was a break and to burn my tongue on some molten cheese. Apparently it works though. But thank you very much for watching if you made it this far into the video. If you enjoyed, please hit like and consider subscribing if you haven't done already. As for my next few videos, obviously regarding this island, I want to do the final build. I'll have to do all the interiors for the sheep villagers, and then we'll have the grand tour of the entirety of the island. Obviously, as far as my Rainbow Island, I should probably focus on a build as well, but I also have a few just different videos in the works, so hopefully you'll join me for all of those. Anyway, enough rambling. I want to say a massive thank you. Hope to see you in the next video, and until the next time, have a good one. Cheers, guys. Oh, look at this gorgeous girl staring me down.